Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a major power company here in our region now officially has a new owner, and a special boutique here in our region goes through some major changes.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. It's almost 6:32 on this Thursday morning, or Friday Eve, as we like to call it. And by we, I mean Brandon. So we have some sad news to start off the newscast, Brandon. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. And
I'm not either.
Well, no, you're still going to be. You'll do the evenings, but I just know everyone at home is just so disappointed.
I know
that they don't get to wake up to see me tomorrow.
I know.
So it's very disheartening. I understand.
I hate it for our viewers. I know that this is going to break their hearts.
And I better stop talking about myself. So.
That's your favorite subject, isn't it?
It's my favorite subject. That should be taught in schools.
Dakota in the morning. Put the hashtag in front of it. All right, let's get into our forecast this morning, because even though the weather is still quiet today, we're in our severe weather alert day status because of some storms coming later tonight and tomorrow. But focus on today first with our camera network starting over in Pikeville once again, US 119, US 23. Not too much traffic. There was a few more cars out there a little earlier, but dry. That is the key thing to remember. A little cooler this morning, 40s and 50s out there, 48 in Clintwood, Wise, Williamsburg, and Monticello are the cool spots. 54 Moorhead, Jackson, and Logan, the warm spots this morning. Forecast for today, we're heading up toward the 80-degree mark, but we're also going to bring some more clouds in ahead of that system that's going to start impacting us later tonight. Showers and storms possible, but the big show with possibilities for the most severe weather will be here tomorrow. The rest of that forecast coming up here in just a little bit. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, some Eastern Kentucky University employees have decided to unionize. Well, they say it's a necessary step to improve wages and work culture. Our Keaton Hall has more on how this is a part of a larger trend across the Commonwealth.
Faculty and staff members at Eastern Kentucky University are unionizing, calling it a response to years of stagnant wages and poor work culture.
You know, as a staff member, we've seen a lot of job compression, consolidation of staff positions. Where, you know, in departments where maybe they had 2 or 3 or 4 full and part-time support staff members, now we've got 1 or 2.
Seth Luttrell is a communications specialist at EKU's School of Communication. He joined the United Campus Workers Union at EKU earlier this year. He says staff and faculty like Jared Natchway are not getting the support they need.
For a long time, we have heard that the administration is listening and that they are aware of these problems. And if that's really true, you know, now is the time to act on them. I mean, it's time to actually make substantive changes.
The UCW union at EKU is looking for full tuition waivers for graduate assistants and sweeping 10% cost of living raise for all campus employees, from professors to groundskeepers. This comes after the University of Kentucky's UCW branch successfully lobbied for minimum wage increases and free COVID-19 testing for all.
Fundamentally, we want to change how the decision-making process regarding finances, but also regarding just the future of the university is made.
When asked for comment, the EKU spokesperson Sarah Baker said in a statement that, quote, Eastern Kentucky University has a legacy of collaboration and shared decision-making with our staff and faculty through 2 long-standing groups, the EKU Staff Council, and representation exists via Staff Regent and Faculty Regent, who are each elected by their peers to serve as voting members on the EKU Board of Regents. For over a century, this tradition of shared governance has allowed for open lines of communication between faculty, staff, and the EKU administration, moving our institution forward. EKU joins the University of Louisville and the Kentucky Community and Technical College system as part of the larger United College Workers, highlighting a trend across the Commonwealth. Keaton Hall, WYMT Mountain News.
All full-time employees received a $1,000 raise at the beginning of the year, but those with the UCW say it's not enough to keep up with inflation. Well, the sale of Kentucky Power to Liberty Utilities is nearly $3 billion done deal. The Kentucky Public Service Commission has approved the sale with certain conditions. Liberty told the commission it plans to keep all current employees with the same or similar pay and benefits. Kentucky Power serves around 165,000 customers across 20 counties in our region. Some mountain lawmakers have expressed concerns about the sale, and I hope to have reaction and more on the sale in our newscasts later today. We have more on the terms of the sale over on WYMT.com. One of the last drive-in movie theaters in our region will not reopen. Somerset's 27 drive-in will remain closed following its 54th season. In a Facebook post, owners said the combination of many factors damaged the business viability, but did not specify what those factors were. They also thanked their fans, staff, and suppliers. Business owners are considering redevelopment options for the property. Well, after 10 years of business, One Hazard Boutique is going through some major changes. The business formerly known as New to You is now the Shops on North Main, and yesterday several Hazard leaders gathered to solidify the shop's rebranding with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. Those with the shop say after growing the business and even remodeling the building, it was time for a change.
We wanted to rename and rebrand because when we started 10 years ago, it was more or less a hobby, but it's grown into a big girl business, and really the name didn't reflect really what we are today.
Well, the Shops on North Main offers new and antique home decor, clothing, and other items. It is open Monday through Saturday from 10 to 7 and from noon to 6 on Sunday. And the ribbon cutting there comes at a good time, as this week is National Small Business Week. Small business owners say an opportunity like this one is another chance for not just the business to thrive, but the community. Some of the owners who will be a part of the cooperative agreement already have brick and mortar stores. Others will be selling products for the very first time. And while we typically think about small business as a jobs engine, it can mean so much more. Well, yesterday, Pike County Schools hosted a kindergarten camp. Now, the camp was open to any children stepping up from preschool or Head Start next fall and allowed them to meet their new classmates. The camp also tested their readiness to move up to kindergarten and begin their educational journeys. Pre-K and Head Start Director for Pike County Schools, Patricia Collins, said although shapes, numbers, and colors are important to know, it is just as important to know how to socialize like the kids have done this week.
I mean, ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, colors, shapes, numbers, all that, it's important, and we do those. But socialization and self-help skills, that's our focus.
The kids also got a chance to socialize with Clifford, the big red dog, which led to many smiles. The Belle Louisville has once again taken home the 12-point silver antlers this year in the 60th running of the Kentucky Derby Festival Great Steamboat Race. This year's ceremony featured the Commonwealth favorite Belle of Louisville racing its longtime rival Belle of Cincinnati and 2022 newcomer the American Countess. The race kicked off along the Ohio River, starting and finishing a 14-mile course at the Clark Memorial Bridge. Louisville Mayor Greg Fisher presented the silver antlers during the awards ceremony at Kroger's Festivale at the Waterfront Park. Well, while some are picking out their hats and others are picking their bets, first responders are preparing for the first full-capacity derby since 2019. First responders are reminding visitors about free parking areas and where to meet rideshare vehicles. If you're driving to the track, there are 3 free places you can park on site if you have a permit: at Cardinal Stadium to park and walk, or at the fairgrounds where you can take a shuttle, and from Churchill Downs. If you are taking a rideshare, Cardinal Stadium is where you'll be picked up and dropped off. From parking to the venue itself, first responders will have a lot of the area to cover.
We need the public to be our eyes and ears. If you all see something suspicious, please say something.
You can text Derby to 67283 to get safety updates, some tips from emergency officials. Make sure your phone is charged or that you have a portable charger just in case your phone dies or you lose it. Memorize 2 phone numbers so you can call someone if you need to.
.640 this morning, and we're continuing to track some milder temperatures than sometimes we've had in the last little bit there. No 30s this morning, but a lot of 40s showing up now across parts of the region. Still some 50s out there, and we're again stabilizing a little cooler than I thought we would. 48 in Harlan and Clintwood this morning. Our cool spot now 46 in Wise, and then 54 Moorhead, Jackson. Actually 55 again in Ashland and Logan. So temperatures are already starting to go up a little bit, even though the sun is just now coming up. Now today, don't have to worry about severe weather. We're worried about a mix of sun and clouds throughout most of the day. Temperatures, once the sun comes up here in about, actually it already came up about 7 minutes ago. But again, in the next few minutes, we're going to see that sun really come up into the sky and temperatures will climb quickly. After that, though, some clouds develop later on tonight, and then rain chances follow that. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, at 641, still to come here on Mountain News this morning. Health leaders here in the U.S. give the green light for some new testing to improve how we diagnose Alzheimer's disease. That's next.